Well, the thing is, I think Kym's found it very rewarding in lots of ways. You know, she's doing a degree in social work at university, and I think this is helping her connect with some of the areas that she'll be able to work in when she's finished her degree. So you don't realise how many people are disadvantaged and need help. Yeah, that's true.
So have you had any sort of connection with homeless people before or in the past?
Well, I've always worked in the medical area, and so the last 20 odd years I've worked for a clinical psychologist, so you see a lot of disadvantaged people come through there, but not actually worked with them. So I suppose, yeah.
Not saying that's a close connection sort of with
No, yeah. Whereas this is more, I didn't realise what such a big deal it was, and you know how they set up so that so many people can be helped. As Kym said, a lot of the homeless people don't have birth certificates and addresses where they can get mail from their family, or don't have access to bank accounts and things like that. So this is not only just collecting clothes, is they have, on the day of the distribution, they have people there to do all that sort of thing and help them, and have, you know, medical people and hairdressers, and you know, just to help them in all sorts of ways.
It really helps the reconnection process.
Yeah.
People don't understand it's not something that happens very suddenly that they become homeless, but it's also not something that can be fixed very suddenly.
No.
It's about mindset, and it's about an attitude, and it's about them thinking that they're disconnected from the community and people aren't going to want to be involved with them anymore. And so this is about showing that we care and showing that we can, through a process, help them get back on board by getting through all of their paperwork and administration. And I know a lot of people feel really overwhelmed about that sort of thing. It's not just it's not just the homeless. I hate sorting out my paperwork, and for them that has such a small income and whose life is fairly erratic anyway, it becomes overwhelming, and it's sort of something they push aside. So for us to be able to help them on this level, but then also with services, becomes something that's really valuable. And it's meaningful. It's not just we'll just throw something at you and off you go. It's about connecting with them, and it's about, hey, you know, you can come in here and you can connect with services, and then if you need to go and see them at their office, you've already met them, you already know them on your terms, so it's not such an overwhelming thing to go into St George's Terrace to get a birth certificate, or to go to a law court or to a law office is something they won't broach. But to have them come out and meet them here and then say, look, you come and see me, and they walk in the door and they see that face and they've already made a connection with that purpose. It's really meaningful. It really makes a difference. And that's why I like this so much, because it is taking steps then that help them reconnect and really do things in their lives that are going to make a change one way or another. Yeah.
I also noticed that just talking with the people over the different couple of years I've been there, is that they appreciate that ordinary people come out and actually care about them.
Yeah.
Blows them away.
Yeah, they think they're on their own, and to a lot of extents they would be, wouldn't they? But to know that there is that small area that can perhaps connect with someone, like Homeless Connect, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Yeah.
I think one of the homeless men I met only last week said that he walks through the streets and he doesn't make eye contact because no one wants to see him and no one cares anyway. And I said, you may never see me again, but no, I'm always thinking of you. No, I'll always have a part of me hoping that you're okay. And I'm not the only person. There are people like me out there. You do have to look up to see us. And yeah, there will be us looking at you too. And I think that goes for any one of us. We struggle for a connection, and we look for people that we can connect with. So I hope that that's something that will help him through a harder time, and help him know that if he looks, there are people that do care. Because I think that's a big part of it. You know, this world's so fast and it's so big and it's so much about business. I hope that human connection helps them to reconnect themselves.
Yeah.
And also I think it helps the people who the volunteering and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it means a lot to me. It certainly helps me to put life into perspective and it helps me to see how important my family is. You can see how they become homeless, and I know that my family have helped me make decisions that have kept me on track and in the right situation. And I know that I look at my life and what we've got with a larger perspective of being very lucky. But also in a commercial point of view, we walk into shops now and I kind of look at things and think, no, I've got all I need. I'm not so commercially run anymore. I've stopped buying so many shoes. And the family kind of get to this time of the year and they start to hold things down. I really like this one still, Mum. Because I'm like, well, you haven't worn that in a while. It comes down here to the warehouse. But I think, and from what I'm doing, I'm impacting people around me, and I've got people dropping things off and people coming to help. I've got friends coming in more often. It really has united me with people. It's a gift I can't trade. It's really special. The ladies that I've met through Homeless Connect, I know I'll be friends with for life. They're very, very special people. So instead of uniting or grouping with people simply because of what they look like or that we live in the same area, these are people that have similar hearts, and that's something I'll really, really cherish. Yeah, it's lovely.